Hey guys, it's Blair, the Love Guru from loveguru.net and the aliennetwork.com. And I know I look a little funny, but I don't feel like fixing myself, and it's really cold out lately, and I just feel like being bundled up. And I'm going to go for a walk I'm at the park. So I'm going to go for a walk soon, but I wanted to make a video first. Just to let you know what I'm up to. So basically, what I am doing is I have been guided to start editing my book called The Rise of the Lightworkers, When You Know It's Your Time. It's the first book in the series. It's going to be, I think, 4 books. Definitely 2. And I haven't read through the 3rd and 4th one yet. But the book, should I say it? It might be my most favorite one so far. And that's just because it's like really going over a lot of the lessons that I am experiencing now. Like it's like bringing in the teachings again for me. And so basically what this book is it's a book that I wrote during the con of 19 and the early days. So like the first book is all the writing I did in March of 2020. And the book is fun because it's like, it brings back these memories of the con years, like the early days, like not when you were like mad at people, but like when you were like, oh my God, these people are acting really strange. It brings back those memories. And it was like I just was reading over a passage that I was like walking around the town and like reading the different like notes that business owners had put in their in their storefront about how they're like closed so that we can get back to normal, or like to keep everyone safe and healthy or something. It was like initially when we went into like lockdown. So it just kind of has like some like humor along the way. At least I think it's funny. If you were awake, you'd find it funny. If you weren't awake, maybe it's a good book because you'll like read it and it'll give you a different perspective on things, as far as like if you're just waking up at this time. So besides all of that, so like that's the backdrop, is like COVID. But like what's going on is like, while everybody is in like panic and fear, I am having like increased psychic abilities. Like I'm able to, all my clairs are awakened. So like I'm clairvoyant when I'm like, so again, all my clairs are awake, but like my stronger clairs, although they're all strong, is like clairvoyance. So like I see visions I see around me, but I also see visions for the future. So like I'm able to see out like 10 plus years. Like most psychics are just able to see out like a couple of weeks or 6 months in advance. And also I've gotten plenty of psychic readings that have been wrong, which have annoyed me over the years, but I can see 10 years or more out into the future. And I realize, like, by reading this book and also like my other books too, because Zeke's in this book. Zeke is like talking to me through this book, who's my star brother, a high vibrational reptilian alien from Sirius, which if you've read my other books, like you're introduced to him during How Aliens Put Me Into Power series, which I have 2 or 3 more books in that series to come out now. I only have 2 out right now, but if you haven't read those 2 books, you can read those books, and get the activations with that. But so Zeke talks to me a lot about like how I can see the future so far in advance, and like how I go into a place of like being confused or like doubting things or getting frustrated or like mad at spirit because like I'm having these visions. I think that they're going to happen immediately, and then they don't happen for like 6, 7, 8 years. And I'm so it just like, basically what this book is like, I'm having the experience. And I think, I don't know if maybe you were having this experience too. I don't know. But like my clairvoyant skills were increased, and I was seeing, I was seeing like star beings all around me, like aliens all around me. I was having visions of other things around me too, like this utopia. I was having all those visions. So like my psychics, so like while the rest of society is like cowering in fear, like I'm having these visions that is like this magical, like utopia place. I don't do any drugs. Okay. I've never done any drugs. I've like always been sort of like a straight and narrow, like good girl, because I've hung out with shady people for sure. I definitely was attracted to the dark side, but I was never like involved with that. Okay. I just want to put that out there, but I was like having all these visions of like things going on around me. Okay. So people were like cowering in fear, scared for their life. You know, like you read stories on how like I'm waiting in line to go into Trader Joe's, which is like a supermarket, like a specialty like supermarket, whatever. I miss my Trader Joe's. We don't have that in Pennsylvania. Oh, actually we do, but it's nowhere near me. But I was waiting in line to go into Trader Joe's, and like, you just like, you read through these experiences and you're like, oh, I remember that. And you kind of like laugh at them because you're like, this was just such a nuts time. But like, so people are having like this, like feeling out of control, like they're having crazy anxiety and fear. And meanwhile, I'm like super happy. I'm having these like visions of things all around me. I'm having visions of the future. What else was going on? Like I'm having greater clarity. I'm feeling within my soul that it's this time for me to rise and to step into like this greater part of my mission, or like the core of my mission. I don't know. My mission has different things that I'm doing, but like I'm feeling this feeling to like rise and to be in my mission and to like, and Zeke is sharing all this guidance with me of like how to rise. And it's very like counterintuitive to like how, I'm sorry, I have like a piece of hair here that's like pushed in, that's like rubbing against my face. Okay. So like Zeke, my star brother, is like sharing all this information, like when you're in the mainstream, like when you listen to things in the Matrix, you're being told on the way that you're supposed to be in your power, get popularity, get success, rise is to like market, is to promote like crazy, to be seen, to do all this like X, Y, and Z. And like Zeke is telling me like like the exact opposite, which of course, because like everything that we've been told is a lie, you know, but like, so this book, I think is awesome. I love it. Cause again, it has like the COVID stuff, and I will give a little like spoiler alert. In the first few months of COVID, I don't know if it's spoiler alert, I was a bit hooked into the Q psyop. Thanks to David Wilcock, that douchebag liar. Whatever, we won't get into that. He's an Indigo too, by the way, but he's a corrupt Indigo, okay? But anyway, so I did fall into that little story fairy tale for a little bit, so it was kind of like a little funny to be reading that too. But the whole idea is like we all fall for these like this disinformation along the way, but like if you could just keep focusing on like you want the truth, you end up rising out of that, right? Which I did after a couple of months. So it's like you have like different like storylines going on in the book. So it's like the COVID bullshit. Then you have like the Q psyop, like things that I'm like writing about that I believe in. And it's just like little short portions of it. But like the majority of the book is like Zeke sharing like things for me to do to rise into my power, to step into a position of power. And it's stuff that I have been being guided to do again now, to step to another level. So I'm just putting that out there right now. Like the book is on pre-order. If you're interested in it, there's a discount offered. You could get it on either of my websites, loveguru.net or thealiennetwork.com. And if it's something that you're feeling called to rise during like all the chaos and corruption going on now, because now we have all this biometric stuff. We have the digital ID, biometric things, like we're stepping into another fun time in humanity. So if you're feeling that call in your heart that you're like, I'm feeling like I need to rise, I feel like I need to do something here, well, this book will help you. Okay? Speak to you later. Bye-bye.